Joining me now is the man who's fighting in the co-main event Battlefield Fight League 66 this Friday night live on UFC Fight Pass. Caio Machado, the Brazilian Bigfoot. Thanks for joining me today, man.
Oh, my pleasure, my pleasure. How are you doing?
Good, good. I can't complain. What about yourself? I mean, obviously training for a big fight live in front of thousands of people at least on UFC
Hmm.
Fight Pass. The fact that I
Yeah.
get to replay this event, what's it mean to you to be able to fight in front of an audience like UFC Fight Pass?
I think the fight. Sorry. I think fighting the fight pass, the biggest difference is gonna be the exposure. It's worldwide exposure. Also, like especially like UFC, it's gonna be watching. So that's a good platform to be showing my skills, and especially right now that I'm finally feeling ready and set and like finally adapt to MMA, and I think it's gonna be a good show for me.
Now, obviously, there's been a bit of a layoff due to COVID-19 and whatnot. What's training been like for you for the last year since the pandemic hit?
Yeah, like it's been a roller coaster of training. Like I because either like the gym was open, the gym was closed, and and quarantine. So I had to keep myself busy and no matter what. So when we had to quarantine and lockdown, I was doing like training by myself and running and trying to keep myself in shape. Also, like once you got a little bit opening, I get to get together with the guys at the gym and do some sparring, some closed sessions, and now some classes back and forth. We did some like non-contact too, and also like since I think August September last year, once we open up a little bit more, I started going training a little bit with Argent to help with his side and also get me ready with and and get some like heavy guys heavyweight sparring. So it's been good. I feel myself good. I feel myself ready. I use this time a lot to focus a little bit more on my physical skills. So I feel I was supposed to go light heavyweight, so I
I
had
was
to
going to
cut.
ask you about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was cutting. I got it to at 220 some point, and then got the call from BFL with the offer from Lee, so I had to bulk up. So I'm in a really good shape right now. All the weight I gained since then was like on weights, on good food, and like so I feel like leaner, faster, and stronger than ever.
Before we get to the fight, then let's talk about that, about the cutting of weight and whatnot. What do you attribute that to? Is it your diet? Is the way you're working out? Like, do you still plan on making the move to 205 at some point in your career?
I believe like I'll talk to Chris a lot about that, and we had a long talk about it, like how I am in the heavyweight division and what would be to be a light heavyweight. At the moment, I feel like to fight BFL right now. I really want after this fight, after getting the win against Lee. If I'm fighting again on BFL, I think would be nice to go down and be double champ. But like in case I get the call and have to go to the UFC, Bellator one, I don't think I'll have the time or the luxury to choose. So it's a trick spot. I need to see where my career is going, but I think down the road 205 would be a comfortable way for me.
What are you walking around at right now?
Right now, I weight is more I'm at 236.
Okay, because I mean, like UFC heavyweights, we hear guys like Francis Ngannou has to cut down to get to 265. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. So you spoke about having off and on training due to the pandemic and whatnot. Have you had to stick to exclusive training partners, a small group of people due to this?
Yes, yes. So So during this period, especially when you're the lockdown hit and we had to stay in quarantine and we had to whenever we had to we were open to go back to the gym but not able to have classes. We structured a couple partners. So I was with my boys at the gym, Noah Keel and Jaden Martin mostly, also Josh Chow. They lighter guy but a great pet holder, and like they were the guys who were with me like most of the time doing this last year.
You spoke about Arjun Bular there. Obviously, a fantastic heavyweight within the Battlefield rankings, signed with one championship. He was with the UFC. Notable name behind him. Fantastic wrestler. What has he added to your game?
Like from we've been training since a little bit last year. He was supposed to fight Brennan Vetta later like 2020, and he invited me to help with this camp. I had no fight schedule, so uh idea for me was really good to have the contact of a heavyweight. I'm from I always like to spar and to feel like the heat, feel the weight, feel the pressure, and Arjun's the guy to give me that. Like I believe, like especially since like Jaden got injured on his last fight, he's still a great athlete, and he works around all his injuries to help me with this camp. There's a little bit of weight difference, and like he's always a little bit handicapped, so he gives a good workout, but not enough. He doesn't give all the pressure, and he can give me 100%, and that's where I could get the big boys and sparring a little bit, go a little bit hard, and like feel the pressure, feel the weight. That helps a lot on the fight.
What it feel like to have a true heavyweight smother you, especially a guy like Arjun, man, because he's known for his top wrestling game.
Oh yeah, I felt that. I felt that for sure. It's fun. It's like I felt, especially when on my fight against Joyson, that I didn't have any heavyweights on my camp that back then, and I felt when I got in the cage and couldn't work on my wrestling, that was what I'm missing. So feeling the pressure, feeling the pressure, feeling the pressure. That's definitely what I like makes the difference for me. And as I said, I love being the cage. I love sparring. I love training. So that's what I need to do, and that's the pressure I need to get ready and to get on my head.
Now, your last fight was the majority decision victory over Justin Doge, 2019. So you've had a full year off plus a few months. Where would you say your game has grown the most since then?
I believe again, I believe it's all my cardio and my physical skills. I think I always been a very technical fighter, but especially last year because of the quarantine, the gym being at the gym, the trainings were not as orthodox and not as usual as used to be. Like so I had to like focus on get ready physically. So my cardio is like to the roof. I'm feeling way stronger. That's being the most difference. But of course, my Muay Thai, my MMA, my wrestling, my grappling game also improved. That's part of every day at the gym. There's no way I not get better, but my physical abilities were definitely what I improved the most.
Now, you'll be taking on Lee Meehan, BFL 66 co main event this Friday night, as I said. He's riding the best sort of run of his career. He's on a 5-1 streak over the last course of his 6 fights. He's on a 2-fight winning streak with victories over Devin Smith and Grayson Wells. What were your thoughts going into this matchup, and talk about just the whole signing of it? Like when you were presented Lee Meehan, what was the thought process?
Uh, Again, the day we got offered Lee, I was on my lightest I ever been since I was like 16.
Wow.
Yeah, I got at 218 that day, and then Chris called me to the office. Hey, you know the cut. We're going to have weight again, so let's get some food on that belly. So okay, that's I got a little bit frustrated a bit first because of the time I was spending like getting my body ready to the cut and getting used to this new weight and moving around differently. But we see, we talk, we check league fights, league references, and like it's a good name to be on my roster. I feel like Leeds not he's not gonna be the stronger or the most technical guy I beat. I know I respect him very much, but I still don't think he's gonna be my biggest challenge. So I said, yeah, okay, let's eat some food and say yes.
What? Who, Did you pig out that day or what?
Did I what?
Pig out? Did you have a few cheat meals there or
Oh
what?
yeah, I went to the Brazilian steakhouse here in Coquitlam.
Nice, nice. Just talk about the matchup itself. Obviously, you said it's a good name to have on your record. As I said, he's riding the best sort of run of his career. He's an older guy, but he's still got power in his hands. He's a veteran of the sport. He's been around a long time. Do you see yourself finishing this early, or do you think the longer this goes, the more it plays into your favor because you say your cardio is so good?
Like my last fight, cardio is it's on my side this time again. I know I've been watching Lee's fights, and I understand. I know every heavyweight hits hard, and every punch could finish a fight. But other guys tried to do that with me, and they didn't. I never been knocked out in my career, amateur or pro, Muay Thai or MMA. So I'm really comfortable to go to the distance, and that's I know that's gonna play the difference. I feel like Lee's gonna come stronger at the beginning of the fight, but once he's gassed up a little bit, it's gonna be I can gonna work around a little bit more. So in my head, like I'll always, if I had the opportunity to finish the fight early, I will. I'm not gonna just give the chance to him to recuperate himself. But I'm not on rush to finish the fight.
Can't wait to see you in there, man. Friday night, Battlefield Fight Week 66 live on UFC Fight Pass. Kyle, just let people know where they can get a hold of you on social media. If you have any sponsors, any shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, I just gonna get my roster of sponsors here. Giving me a second.
No worries.
So, but if you guys want to check me on social media, my Instagram is Bigfoot Machado underscore MMA. I always like keep my posted over there. My fans and my family, friends, all around there. Also, shout out to all my sponsors over here. If you can see it, like those guys are supporting. One second, just so I can get everyone on camera. Drive Marketing, Action Athletic Wear, DLM, the Van Burn Group, and what else? Rusted Bros, Ventures Inc. Also, my media guys from Brazil, Fourth Media BR, and Rodolfo Zanin helping my nutrition. Also, big shout out to Chris and Jaden at FKP. You guys are my family. Thank you very much for the training.
Good luck, man.
Thank you for the interview. It was very fun.